Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a small end of summer haul here, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with the Sol de Janeiro Sundays in Rio hair and body mist. I saw this, when they started teasing it, and I don't get too excited for the body sprays that much anymore, just because perfumes last longer. But I really like the bottle, it's purple. And also, I was intrigued by the notes, right? The pink pepper, vanilla, and amber. I like all of that. I like ambery florals. I like ambery vanilla fragrances. So I waited for a few reviews, and they were pretty positive. They weren't stellar, but I thought I would just go ahead and snag it, give it a try. I've only tried it on once just to make sure it didn't stink or anything, and it didn't. It's very nice. It smells exactly kind of what you think it would smell like. There's vanilla, there's the warmth from the pink pepper and the amber. It gets better on the skin as it wears. It was nice. It was pleasant. This is not something I think I would wear like on its own for a fragrance, but I think it would be really great for layering with other fragrances that have that same type of warm vanilla amber vibe. So I am glad I got that. I will be testing it out more maybe next month when it cools down a little bit. And next, let's go. Let's do the Dolce & Gabbana Devotion fragrance. I don't have any experience with this fragrance. When it was released, I think a couple years ago now, and I saw the notes, I just didn't think I would be interested in it. It sounded very, very, very gourmand and sugary sweet. And while I did have a couple fragrances in my collection that kind of lean that direction, it's not my particular scent profile. Since then, I actually have brought in quite a few more fragrances that do have a very sweet note breakdown. But I still just wasn't thinking about this particular fragrance. But then I saw that they were releasing this limited edition heart, and the packaging got me. It's very cute. Let me go ahead and take it out of the box. So if I can get it to, it slides out like that. And then the heart is in there. Let me go ahead and pop that out if it's going to cooperate with me. It was being very difficult the first time I took it out. There we go. So here it is. This is, I believe, 20 mLs. It is refillable. It does have a spray, so it's not a dabber or anything like that. You can see the little funnel thing in there. It has the Sacred Heart, the Dolce & Gabbana Sacred Heart on it. It's very cute. And I thought, even if I don't like the fragrance that much, it's only 20 mLs. I can get through that. If I hate it, I can just return it or sell it, or pass it on to a friend. But I can always refill it with something else. Maybe I'd like one of the other Dolce & Gabbana flankers better. But I used my Ulta points on it and only paid $8. So I thought, not much to lose here. So again, I don't have any real knowledge of this fragrance. I have a deluxe dabber sample of the intense version. And so I also recently smelled that when I got this. And they do smell similar so far. There is that added, I think, hazelnut or something note in the intense version. What I get from both of them when I smell it, because I did just spritz this on my hand, I think maybe yesterday, to see what it smelled like because I was curious, is I'm not sure if I'm smelling Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops. It's one of those rainbow colored cereals. I really kind of get that vibe. My brain goes to that type of cereal in the opening, and I'm sure that's from the candied lemon. It's not off-putting. It was surprising. I wasn't expecting that. But it smells good. I mean, those types of cereals are not good for you, but they do smell delicious. And then some of the other notes kind of come in. Let's see, is there a note breakdown on the box? I believe there is. Yes. So on the back of the box, it says candied citrus, orange blossom, and vanilla. I love orange blossom fragrances, and I like vanilla in my fragrances. So far, again, just from the initial spray, I can't really complain, but how cute is this bottle? So it is at Ulta. The last time I checked, it was still in stock. I'm not sure if it still is. It is limited edition. I don't know if that means it's going to be gone super fast, but it's super cute, and I'm glad to have it. Looks really cool. So I'm glad to have it in my collection. And again, for only $8 after using my Ulta points, I have no complaints. Okay, let's move on to the next fragrance that I got. This is Kilian's Love. Don't Be Shy. This is the Fraiche flanker. This has been out for a while, so this is not new drop. I've been hearing about it and seeing reviews for the past couple of years, and I just wasn't particularly interested because I wasn't hearing great things about the longevity on it, but I have the original and I really enjoy it. And I recently got, not recently, I got it last year, but recently started wearing, because I let it sit for a while, the extreme version, which I really like. That added oomph of rose and the pomegranate. It's such a nice addition to that fragrance. So I wore that quite a bit in the spring and summer time. So then it made me just really curious about the Eau Fraiche one again, because I thought, oh, if I like that brightened, lifted note composure of the extreme, maybe I'll really like the Eau Fraiche version and I won't mind the lasting power. So when there was like a 5-time point multiplier at Sephora, I went ahead and picked it up. And this was an immediate love. I love the way that it smells. It definitely has that love DNA, but it is brighter, fresher, airier, a little fluffier. It's really great, and I've already gotten compliments on it. I've only like kind of tested it out once or twice, maybe 3 times. Because it's actually on my perfume tray for the month of September. I'm really glad to have it in my collection, kind of get to know it a little bit more and see if this is one just like the others where the performance tends to get better once the fragrance has had time to sit and macerate a bit more. And I love the frosted bottle. It looks so pretty. Okay, next I have Xerjoff Dama Bianca. This is a repurchase. This is the 100 ml. Comes in this really gorgeous box. You slide it open, and then there is the fragrance. Let me go ahead and pop that out of the box. So I have the 1 ml, no, that's not right. The 1 fluid ounce 30 ml bottle, and it's almost gone. It's like down to there. I really love that fragrance. It's a really beautiful citrusy vanilla. There's purple florals. There's musk. There's, I believe, a malted note. There's ambrette, probably some woody notes. It's just a really beautiful, airy vanilla fragrance. The lime and the kumquat in here bring this kind of bright freshness to it without making it like, it's not something I would smell and go, oh, that's a citrus fragrance. But you definitely get the benefit of those 2 citrus notes working together in here. It's such an easy reach. This could easily be a signature scent for me. So when I started getting really low on my bottle, and again, it doesn't have long left for this world, I decided it was time to get another bottle. I picked this up from Fragrance X, and I believe it was like $170. So you can definitely find it at discounters for a much better price. I think the original retail might be like $300 or something. I'm not entirely positive. I've never paid full retail for this fragrance, not for the small bottle and not for this one. I think for the 30 ml bottle, I got it for like 70 something on sale. So 170 something for the full 100 ml I thought was a really good price, and I'm very excited because now I can go back to spraying with reckless abandon. And the last fragrances I have here This is going to be a new fragrance brand to me. It's not new at all, but this is, I got some travels from Phlur. I've definitely seen the, videos and reviews and everything all over social media, and I just wasn't particularly interested because, everyone talked about it being a skin scent, and I haven't had the best luck with enjoying the way those smell. The performance I couldn't even speak on because I usually can't even enjoy the fragrance that's coming off of it very much. I don't even know how to describe it. The ones I've tried have been kind of pencil shaving-y. And I like woody fragrances, but I don't like that when it comes off that way. So I just wasn't particularly interested. But I did get a sample of Missing Person in a Sephora order a long time ago. And I want to say a week or so ago, I thought about it. And I was like, let me go find that sample and try it out. Tried it out. Really liked it. It is this very soft, creamy, cozy, sandalwoody, sweet, slightly musky, or maybe very musky fragrance. So I went through the sample and decided I wanted to get a travel to try it. And Sephora, again, they had a lot of little sales going on. They were having that bonus 500 points if you spend $75. So I went ahead and got 3 because one of them was already on sale. So it came over to just over $75 for the 3 travels, and I got my bonus 500 points, and I thought that was great. So let's start with Missing Person, and I already have them out of the box here. So I got the travel. Here it is. I really like their packaging, and they have the note breakdown on the back of the box. So this has top notes of skin musk, bergamot, nectar, and sheer jasmine. In the mid, there's cyclamen, neroli blossom, and orange flower. The base has sandalwood, Australia oil. So I'm assuming that's sandalwood from Australia because I think that's all one thing. Blonde wood and white musk. I like all of these notes. And then after testing the sample, I thought, yeah, I like it enough. And I have to say, I've already tested this once from this sprayer. It performs much better than the actual sample, which doesn't surprise me. That's been my experience. So very excited to have that one. Again, I really enjoy it. It is a soft skin scent, so it's great for people that maybe are a little more sensitive to fragrances, or this would be good for me on days when I'm just in and I want to smell really good, but I don't want anything loud. I don't want anything that's going to bother me. I want something that maybe I could sleep in and I can enjoy the scent without it disturbing my peace while I'm trying to sleep. The next one I got was Soft Spot. So the note breakdown for this was in the top, there's bergamot peel, and I love bergamot in my fragrances. Mandarin and freesia, love all those notes. In the heart, there's jasmine petals, water lily, vanilla orchid, and I really do enjoy all those notes, and especially that fantasy vanilla orchid note. In the base, there's amber, sandalwood, and musk. So I liked the note breakdown, and I heard people saying they liked it even more than Missing Person. So I just went ahead and picked that up, got it blindly because, again, it's a travel. There was that points perk. And I have to say, so far I agree. I like this. I like this a lot better than Missing Person, which I also like a lot. When I smell this, that bergamot peel is translating to me like a cup of Earl Grey tea. So that's a black tea that has bergamot and some other, I think, spices in there. So I'm not saying that there's tea in it or that it even smells like tea, but that bergamot peel in here really makes me think of that. So I get this really nice, cozy, comforting Earl Grey tea vibe throughout the entire wear of the fragrance, along with all those other notes. It's beautiful. I love it. This was a love at first sniff. As soon as I spritzed it on, I was like, oh yeah, this one's my favorite, and I will be getting a full bottle. I did a wear test of it yesterday, and again, these are softer scents. These are not going to be beast mode. These are not necessarily going to last all day. But for what they are supposed to be. I didn't have any complaints about the performance, the longevity or the wear. It does dry down. I think by hour 3, it was very much a skin scent. But when I put my nose to my skin, it was very much there. So I didn't need to get that close to my skin to smell it on myself. And it smelled great. I loved it. And then the last one I got is Somebody Would. This is the one that was on sale for like 25% off. I love woody fragrances, and I had seen a couple reviews on this. It doesn't seem to be as popular as Missing Person or Vanilla Skin or Soft Spot. But again, I love woody fragrances. And then when I read the note breakdown, bergamot, great, I'm in. Jasmine, saffron, cyclamen, and in the base there's sandalwood, vanilla, musk, amber, moss, and cedarwood. And I was like, yes, give that to me, because that sounds like everything I love in my kind of deeper, woodier fragrances. I love saffron. It is one of my favorite perfume notes. I love moss. Again, I love all the woody notes. I love musk. So I also noticed that a lot of these fragrances, especially the 3 that I have and a couple more, they have a lot of similar notes. So I think they'd be really great for layering and customizing your own kind of signature scent with them. And I'm sure that would even boost the longevity as you layer. So I have Somebody Would out here. It comes in this really pretty darker kind of amber bottle. This one, I have not worn that much of it. It kind of arrived a little bit less filled. I have worn it. I've spritzed it on a few times, so I have used it up a bit. But I didn't mind, again, 25% off. And I wanted another one to kind of throw in the basket to hit that $75 mark. And I love this one. This was also a love at first sniff. It doesn't smell like, so don't like hear me say this and think I'm saying this is a dupe for Initio's Oud for Greatness. It's not, but that wood and that saffron combination made me think of that a little bit. Just in that first blast of the opening, right? I was getting wood and saffron, and that's very much the opening I get when I wear Oud for Greatness, but that is a far more potent, stronger, different type of fragrance. But it gave me that kind of vibe with those 2 notes in particular. And then as it settles down and all the other notes come in, this is just a really nice woody fragrance if you like that, but it's softer. So if maybe you have an issue with some wood notes and fragrances, I'd say if you can get a sample and test it out, because it is a softer skin type scent, it's not as overpowering. The wood notes are blended a little softer, so it may be easier to wear. Definitely good for layering, so you could put it on as your base and put, Missing Person, Vanilla Skin, Soft Spot on top. But I love this one. I'm really struggling to determine which one is my favorite out of these 2. So it's probably just going to depend a lot on my mood and the weather. I really like Missing Person. It's really nice. But these 2 so far are definitely my favorite. And I think the full bottle is also on sale for 25% off. I know Phlur is having a sale right now, but on the Sephora site, it's 25% off. So I went ahead and ordered the full-size bottle because that's how much I liked this one. And 25% off was such a good deal. Okay, so this is my last little haul of this season. If you have any recommendations, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.